Hello friends, in this session we are going to talk about blogs. So we are going to talk about what exactly are blogs, what information they do contain and so on. So let's go ahead. So let's first look at the outline of this session. So I'm going to talk a little bit about blogs and blogging. Then I'm also going to talk about two of the very popular tools which are used for writing blogs. One of them is WordPress and the other is Blogger. So let's go ahead. So what is really a blog? A blog is a personal collection of feelings, thoughts, articles, and so on. A blog is more like a personal diary that people used to write. And I have written my own personal diary in my college days as well. But then a personal diary is more of a secret. It's something that you keep only to yourself. You may not really be sharing your personal diary with others. A blog actually goes beyond that in the sense that a blog has much more than just the articles or the text. So a blog today may even have things like links, videos, and so on. Here is the most important point. A blog will be shared with public. So a blog is a public document, unlike a personal diary. Whatever you write on the blog is actually being shared with everybody on the internet. Let's go ahead. On this slide, I have tried to mention the features of a blog. A blog is more than one page, so a collection of pages hosted on the World Wide Web. Now this can be hosted on some of the free sites or paid sites, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. A blog may also have media elements like audio files, video files, and you may even allow people to see those files directly online or even download them. In fact, you may even give them features to download your articles or share your articles. For this purpose, a blog may actually have links to advertisement sites, social media, and so on. A blog is something that is accessible to everybody through all devices connected to the World Wide Web. Now here we come to the most important point. A blog may also have advertisements in itself. There are many blog writers in the world today who are earning their living simply by writing a blog. So many of them used to work as journalists or feature writers or employees earlier in a number of companies. But they found a cause, they found a subject, and then there are followers who are checking their blog. And they are really expressing their opinions on a whole lot of things. So these blogs have today become so popular that they literally have got millions of visitors every month. As a result of that, many companies who want to sell their product or merchandise, they are putting their advertisements on the blogs designed and hosted by these people. So blog by itself is also a revenue earning opportunity. Let's go ahead and look at types of blogs. Though blogs was started as more of a personal activity, but with the popularity, everybody has jumped into it. So since companies realize that people like to read blogs and so on, companies have also started hosting blogs about their products or about their services. So in addition to individuals who are expressing their opinions, their experiences, and so on, companies are now using blogs or creating separate blogs for all the products that they have. In fact, there could be a separate blog for every product, or there could be different blogs for their services, and so on. In addition to the individuals and the organizations, the communities have also jumped in. So many communities or user groups or teams of volunteers are now maintaining their site as a blog. And through that, they are sharing information about their community, their goals, and so on. They may even have things like question answers. So there are communities dedicated to, let's say, some computer products or some technology products or some social causes. So they may actually have question answers about them. They may actually give you instruction on how to use that product and so on. So you may even see communities which will talk about right to information in India, how to apply, how to make an application, and so on. So it's not just a personal vehicle anymore. But then blog is definitely something that is very important from the marketing point of view. So let's look at that on the next slide. So blogs play an important role in marketing. Blogs are used to promote events. So you can create a blog that promotes events and programs. You use blogs to engage with the community. So you can post new relevant topics, invite comments on your topics, you can invite suggestions and so on. You can add videos about your products, you can add photographs of your products, audios, you can write opinions, write messages, give graphs or other visually appealing content on your blogs. You can enhance your blog so that you can, let's say, instead of just giving information to the users, the blog can also bring you the information. So enhance your blog by inviting people to comment or give you suggestions on your product. So users will tell you what feature they would like to see in your product. Users will tell you when is that the product fails, or if there is a bug in that particular product, a feature that needs to be improved, and so on and so forth. So enhance your blog by taking feedback. So it's not just a company to user kind of a communication channel, it's even the other way around, right? And using product specific blogs and so on, companies are getting immediate information from the users. Otherwise, this information may have been lost in the distribution channel. So support your users and communities, offer support through value-added services, give product releases, give product downloads if the product is like a software, or give bug fixes, give instructions for using products, give them solutions to the problems that they have faced, and so on and so forth. Blogs can also be used to build new ties. So host a proper blog and then integrate that with social media. So by doing that, you will be able to publicize your blog on the social media, and then the entire social media advantage starts working for your organization or for your product. Let's go ahead. Now on the screen here, I have put my own blog. So this is a blog that I have created, and you can see the link there. So it's everlearner.blogspot.in. I have created this blog using Blogspot, and I have linked it to my Gmail account. And I like to write opinions about what I feel is happening around me in the industry, in training, in technology spaces, and so on. And of course, I have got my personal pages over there as well. So you can see my photograph with my family, my wife and my 2 daughters over there. This is an old photograph, mind you, but then it's so wonderful to share information. And then people are also looking at my blog, and they keep on demanding more articles, more opinions about latest issues, latest questions, and so on. Just a couple of days back, I got a mail from a student asking, Mac, what do you think about net neutrality? So this is one issue that people, a whole lot of people are writing about, and they want to share their opinions about it. And I think it has got the power of making it a movement so that net neutrality will be maintained. And so blog has got that capacity or that reach of a website, that you can actually reach the masses and you can actually spread the word. Most of the blogs though are not used like paid websites. So paid websites could have some functionality of their own, but then blogs are easy to create using some tools. So let's go ahead and talk about those tools now. So I have mentioned many of the tools here on the slide. So you have got WordPress, you have got Blogger, you have got Tumblr, Weebly, Typepad, Squarespaces, and so on. Twitter is also there, and many of you would know that Twitter is called as a microblog. So instead of writing a long article, you are simply writing a 140 character message. So Twitter is also popularly known as a microblog. WordPress and Blogger are the 2 most popular tools used for creating blogs. So let's go ahead and look at them in detail. First, we go to WordPress. So introduction to WordPress. So WordPress is an open source content management system, or a CMS. It's used for blogging or for creating websites. WordPress provides you a free blog hosting, and you'll need to go ahead and create an account on WordPress, and then you can have your own blog or your own website there. In addition to that, you can do a number of other things. So for example, you can register your own domain. If you do that, you'll have to pay for that. But otherwise, the use of WordPress as the CMS is for free. So you can register a domain. You can also use literally thousands of plugins which are available on WordPress. So there are free plugins available, there are paid plugins also available. And these plugins will give you a lot of functionality like creating a restricted access space on your blog, a member only space on your blog, creating and sending newsletters to people, chatting with visitors of your website in a real time, commenting on what people have said, or let people comment on your blog, and then you can moderate those comments so you can see what people have commented. Because a number of times I have seen that people may just come and copy paste information about their site or their product as only as a promotional activity, and it has got nothing to do with your blog. So there is a moderation facility available. You can conduct opinion polls and so on. So whole lot of plugins available for WordPress there. So some of the features of WordPress. Number one, ready to use. You just have to go to WordPress and then start using it. Number two, extremely easy to use. I think there is a lot of material available for using WordPress on the internet. I'm sure you'll find a lot of videos on YouTube as well. WordPress is extremely versatile thanks to a number of templates that it has got. There are literally hundreds of templates that you can download. Many of these templates are even a responsive template. So which means that depending on what device you are using for browsing that site, the page may load differently. So on a mobile, you'll see the page differently. On a desktop or laptop, you'll see it differently. On a tablet, you'll see it differently, and so on. So lots and lots of templates available for you to use. Safe and secure, customizable. So not just, you have the facility of using the template, but you can also go ahead and customize those templates. So choose your colors, choose your banner, and so on. Extremely user-friendly, not just for you, but then if you have created a site, that site also becomes user-friendly for its users. There is a forum support available. There are a lot of plugins available that you can use to create a forum. There is a multimedia support. So on a WordPress file, on a WordPress blog or website, you can have audio files, you can have animations, you can have video files, and so on. WordPress sites could be mobile friendly if you have used the responsive template. And you can create free sites on WordPress.com, as I mentioned earlier, and you can also create a paid site. And paid site will not be too much of an expenditure. It may just be a few dollars per month. That's it. Let's go ahead. So here are some sites created by WordPress, and I'm going to give you a document which will have all these links. So you may just notice them here on the screen. So WordPress.com is of course where you have to go and then register yourself, create a site. Then there is Tribune Media, you have got Vogue, and so on and so forth. So whole lot of sites. In fact, if you go to WordPress sites, you can see a list of the popular sites that have been created using WordPress. So there is a lot to learn from how people have built their sites, what templates they may have used, what is the layout that they are using, what colors they are using, and so on. So I'm sure you can visit these sites on your own. Introduction to Blogger. So Blogger is a free service offered by Google to create and publish blog. As I mentioned earlier, I have shown you my blog on the screen. So my blog is created using Blogger. And for doing that, I'm simply using my Gmail account. So I have a Gmail account which is makaran.pandit@gmail.com, and I use that account to create my blog. Now, these blogs are hosted on blogspot.com or blogspot.in, and with one Gmail account, I think you are allowed to create up to 100 blogs per account. So I actually have 3 blogs. So one is a personal blog, one is about technology, one is about the field that I am working in, which is technical writing, content writing, training, and so on. So I actually have 3 different blogs, and many of those blogs are created using the same account. So if you have a Google account, you can actually create different types of blogs. When you choose a blog, there are different types of templates available as well. Let's go ahead and get more information about Blogger. So some features of Blogger. So integrated login with Google account. So to log into your Blogger space or website or blog, you can simply use your Google account. There is no need to have a separate account and separate password and so on. Free and easy to use. You may have country specific Blogger addresses. As you must have noticed, my blog ended with a .in, which means I'm from India. It can be integrated with Google AdSense account. So this makes it possible for Google AdSense to put advertisements on your blog. You also get many other features supported by Google. So for example, Google Toolbar integration, where you can simply click on the icon or a button saying that blog this. You have got multiple language support available. You can integrate multiple blog accounts onto a single dashboard to monitor them. It's safe and secure because Google is sort of backing up all the content that you have hosted, and it's secured because you are securing it using your Google password. You can customize it. There are lots of templates and lots of customization options available. You can, obviously, whatever is published becomes shareable, but then Google also gives you some features. For example, you can actually create a secret mail ID for your blog, and that particular mail ID you can use for blogging. So for example, let's say I have got my own specific unique mail ID for my blog. Now all that I have to do is I have to send an email from my Gmail account to that particular blog, and whatever I have written in that email directly gets published. So it's auto published and auto shared. So I need not even go to that blog, log in, click on a new page and then copy paste text and so on. I can simply publish my blog page as an email. So whole lot of those features available. Multimedia support, so you can obviously host audio files, video files and so on. Mobile devices support, so you can check out my blog on your mobile as well. And then there is a Google forum support. I believe a forum support is available for WordPress as well. So there is a user forum. So if you are not able to use a particular feature, or let's say if you are having some particular problem with settings or some particular file of the system, then you can ask questions and there are people who will answer it. In fact, many of your questions may have readily been answered over there. Many of these communities are very friendly, so you can go ahead and learn from each other, even share your solutions with others. Let's go ahead. So on this slide, I have given you a brief comparison of WordPress and Blogger. Now let me mention here that many of the features of both these applications or systems keep on upgrading, right? And I think that's true with almost every other software available today. So what I have put here on this slide may not stay as it is for a long time. So I'm sure WordPress is working on adding a lot more, many more features, and so is Blogger. So this comparison is valid as of today, and we are in April 2015. So WordPress is free as well as paid. Blogger is available as totally free. In WordPress, you can create your own domain name by paying an additional sum. In Blogger, it gives you a free domain name, but then it's something like, as you must have seen in my name, it's everlearner.blogspot.in. WordPress has got more number of customization or more number of features available that allow you to do customizations as compared to Blogger. I'm sure Google or somebody else is working on that. The biggest advantage of WordPress is that it is open source, and there are many others who are developing plugins for WordPress, and many of these plugins are free to download and easy to install. On Blogger, you don't really get a whole lot of plugins. WordPress is not considered to be as secure as Blogger, but that's, I think, more of a personal interpretation as well. WordPress can work even as a portable installation, whereas to move pages from Blogger would be somewhat more complicated because these sites are hosted, by Blogger somewhere else. WordPress gives you a number of templates which make it appropriate for creating websites, even for businesses. So a lot of business sites are created using WordPress, whereas Blogger is considered to be more appropriate for social sharing and personal sharing. So that brings me to the end of this particular session. So in this session, we talked about what is a blog. We talked about two popular tools, which is WordPress and Blogger. Hope you liked it. Good luck.